What's up, y'all? We are back with another one, Beyond the Darkside, with your boy, Coach Wilkins. And I got a good one today. This one, I ain't got no kids with me. I got my dog, Coach Joe, a guy that I've been knowing for, well over close 15 years, 10 years. You know, since I came to the city, he was one of the first dudes I ever met, and we met on the hoop side. But from that day, like when I met Joe, I think Mage was like one.
Oh, super.
Zai wasn't even. Mage was about to be one. Zai was not even one yet. Like that long ago. So, and this is one of the dudes that like I got the utmost respect for. Just the way that when we played, we used to battle, we used to compete. We wasn't on the same team, so we used to the fire that he had. I was like, all right, this just remind me of home. I'm from Chicago, so like every time we stepped on the court or any competition space, it was like that. You know, a lot of people on the West Coast don't got that fire. You know what I'm saying? But Joe had it, and it got to a point where our boys started growing up, and it was like more time away from what we was doing, pouring into them, and they both chose football, and it was like, hey, it was the perfect thing, bring family together. Mage came and played flag with us, and the rest was history. So. And I thank him for being here for the program since day one. Flag, tackle. He was here before it all, and he's created like an aura about himself, man. Like he is the connection. He is the glue from coaches to players. Like we got a lot of kids that just need that guidance and that real talk. Not enough of that in youth space where it's just like, I don't care how good you are. Oh, if he good, you can do whatever. You can come late. You can. Coach Joe wasn't having it, and he ain't the one to. He's not gonna please parents. I'm gonna go this way for the parents. Like I'm gonna keep it 100 all the way around. I think we need more of that in youth sports, and that's why I brought him on today because like everything he does and has done for these boys, the 12U team, the oldest team is like. It's amazing, man. This is my brother Joe. Appreciate you, dog.
Man, you already know, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like it's one of them things where I gotta get right into it, dog. What for you? Like it's intense. I know we always talk about laser focus.
Yeah.
Had Mage on the show. We talk about his mental, but we always talk about kids are a direct reflection of who? The parents. The parents. What does a game day look like for you?
Game day is different than regular day because game day is fully locked in and engaged from the night before, right?
Yep.
Like before we went to bed, we made sure we locked in, we watched film, we prepared for the team we're going against. We identify who their key players are, things like that.
Of course.
Making sure that his mental is understanding where we're going, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to the park to play. Like we're going out here to do a job, and
Yes.
that's what he's built for, to do the job.
That's what's up, bro, and that's as it should. I wouldn't expect nothing less coming from your household. Like I said, Mage is like that. Maddox, Maverick, those all boys, they are a direct reflection of you and how you approach the game as a coach, practices, how you prepare, you on time, you show up, you there for the boys, you in the ass. If there's something wrong, we gonna handle it. Yeah. It's always handling it as man too, not again, like I said with Steven, we don't raise our dark side boys to do sucker stuff, downplay other kids, downplay other coaches. We just gonna show up and try to kick y'all ass.
That's it.
Give it 100% effort every single time.
Yeah.
So it's like, and in that, right? We did mention parents a couple times. So like, out of your point of view, what role should parents play in their child's football journey, right? How important is a parent in that journey, should I say?
Yeah, you're very vital in the journey, right? Like in any journey, like if your kid wants to be a doctor or a lawyer or anything, right? You're going to be vital in that journey because we're the ones that introduce them to these lifestyles.
Yes.
We're the ones that afford the opportunities or like give them the opportunities and kind of open their minds up to what they could become or the possibilities.
Facts.
Sometimes as parents, like if you just let them like try to figure it out, they might not figure it out. They're kids.
Yeah.
Right. We have to teach them how to eat and walk for a period. Like we held their heads up until they figured that out.
Exactly.
So I think like as a parent especially with my sons, I can't speak for every parent. I can only speak for perspective of my kids.
Yeah.
I just try my best to like be a good example for them to show what hard work looks like.
100%.
Most importantly, be accountable for yourself.
Yeah.
Right, like do your job. If you do your job at a high level and everybody can count on you to do your job at a high level, they'll want to pick their game up or their job or their experiences up to make sure that they could get to that level to compete with you or to be able to help.
100%, bro. 100%. And you mentioned that word, accountability, being accountable. And I think it's not enough of that in youth space, right? when shit hits the fan, it's coaches. Oh, why ain't the coaches doing this? Or my boy should be running routes. Do your boy practice? Do you pay for training for him to run routes? Because mind you, we only got little Johnny for 4 to 6 hours a week.
Absolutely.
How many hours is it in the week outside of that practice time? Like, what else you doing with little Johnny?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't come to a Darkside game, and again, this is an elite program. We don't like my 10U team. We came from elite flag, and I knew that we was gonna take our bumps and bruises early, and I'm cool. We was cool with that. The boys knew that. The parents that's been here since flag, they knew that. So for me, it's like when are in the youth space, it got to be a time where parents have to hold their kid and themselves accountable, and I think we don't see that enough, and that doesn't allow to my next question. It doesn't allow kids to face adversity.
Yes,
like I think facing adversity has to be a thing in youth sports. Like you got to face it before. You can't just win your whole life. You can't just beat everybody by 30 your whole life. You got to take some lumps. Yeah. Our very first game, we played them big bad old OG Ducks, 10U. And if y'all watching this, y'all know who I'm talking. Y'all know that team. Like first game off the porch, we come from flag. Well, we ain't lose very much. I literally had to walk away from flag because it was always Nike Darkside. Oh, they boys are older. Let's roster check them. Let's do this. Same kids I've been having since they was 5, 6, 7. So we played them OG Ducks because I knew that I wanted to be great. I didn't know. I was like, I didn't want to be good or okay tackle. I wanted to be the best tackle team in this city.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, nobody else doing it. I'm gonna do it. Hit up Keefe, hit up Carry On Dad, and we made it happen. I said, come on, bro, we'll see y'all in August. Got the doors blown off us. 60-0. Doors blown off. Halftime, 20-0. They came out with the second half. I'm like, they came out foot on necks, as they should, as great teams should, bro. And for me, I was cool. I was all right. I knew what I signed up for. I knew what we was getting in bed with as parents, as coaches that played ball high level. We knew what we were signing up for, and I knew for my boys, this is where I wanted them to be. So in order to be great, we had to go through great. Yeah. And a lot of parents don't like that. They don't like that process. They don't, we'll just train them up and coach them up. But the best coaching and the best training is in real time with real people, with real teams, with real kids that are great, real coaches that got schemes and onside kicks and all that. Yeah. Again, we only got them for 6 hours. So for you, adversity, do you believe that, how do you feel about kids experiencing adversity? Like, is that something that they need to go through?
Every human being has to go through it, right? There is no success without struggle, right? Like, everybody has to go through the fire in order to find, like, that success or, like, to win. We have to go through the process. That's everything we do. And accountability and also being honest with ourselves and our kids. Yeah. Right? Like, there is levels. Yep. Whether people want to admit that or not, again, that's accountability to ourselves. There is levels. Right, and there's some kids, like they've mentioned one, like other kids have mentioned him, like Peters, right? Yeah. There's levels. Some kids are just naturally born and they play at a very high level. Mm-hmm. Some of us, my own son included, right? We had to put in a lot of work. Shout out to Coach Goodwin, shout out to Coach D-Rob, 25-8, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are guys that helped my son become better, and we had to show up early, right? 100%. And then we had to show up and put the work in the weight room, at the workouts, before practice too. There was times where, you know what I mean, when we didn't feel like my son was living up to what he needed to help the team win. Yep. So we were going to linebacker training before every practice. Day. And then coming to practice.
Yo, coach, what Mage got to do this? Now that he's playing, right? Because some people, he good, he playing. No. I want him to be great. Yeah. I don't want him to just be a player on this team. Oh, he on the field, little Johnny playing, I'm cool. No, I want him to impact the game now. Mm-hmm. And I think you did a good job preparing him for that first season, but when you got to that first season, stronger, faster, bigger. How? What do we got to do? Yeah. Got him all the training, got him all of this, and I see it with your younger ones, and they following his blueprint, bro. Yeah. And I think you're right. I think in life, everybody got to go through it. You know, if they say it, you ain't got to go through nothing to be great, that's a damn lie, bro. That's crazy. And I just, again, like, that's something that I appreciate about you because you always preach that, not to your son. And that's what I love about our coaching staff. It's never just about our kids, bro. Mm-hmm. It's never about our kids. Only time parents be like, dang, I remember mom like, yo, that's your son? Yeah. seeing Maze hopping, I thought she was getting a ride to. I said, no, he ain't just taking that boy to the crib. That's his boy. I didn't know that. Wow, all this time, I didn't know, Maze. Because we don't do that. We're not here to only coach our kids. We're here for the total of the group. We're going to treat all of y'all the same. Nobody will know who's mine unless you saw him getting out the car, coming in the crib with me.
Yeah.
And that's the idea, bro. That's what I love about the group of coaches that we have. Speaking about coaching, what's your proudest moment as a coach in this journey, in this 3 years we've had?
Like you said, for me, proudest moment as a coach would probably it's hard because I make a better father than I do coach, right? So for me, I think honestly, my proudest moment was our first season, right? Like taking those lumps and bruises. We came out into the season. I think we were like 0-3, 0-4. We were literally at the bottom.
Yes.
Everybody wrote us off.
Yeah,
Everybody said, they just flag players. Like they talked about you, say you were just a flag coach, right? And you know how I felt about that, right? So that's why like me and my son took pride to make sure that we were going to step up and make sure that we contributed and did what we needed to do, not only as a assistant coach, but as my son being a player, right? And I take pride in that. What you say, like I don't go out there to just focus on my son, right? Like he's with me every day, right? He got to come home with me. He'll hear me on the ride home, right? So with the other kids, it's their opportunity to for me to tap in with them, get to know them a little bit better and have a better understanding of what they're going through or where they're going. Because I remember what it was like for me. I didn't have that. I didn't have a father like that. So having somebody to help just to check on you sometimes just makes you feel like, somebody really cares about me.
May not, and truthfully, being in the youth space, you may not know what these kids go through at home. So we always talk about, bro, let's try to be. When we started doing this tackle thing, I knew it was going to be different physically.
Yes.
Right? Our best players was going through hell physically.
Yeah.
These hits, I'm not used to this. But it's like, all right, let's try to be the coaches that we wish we had growing up. What was that like? Like, we ain't out here to just cuss you out and just crash out. Like, we ain't here for that. But we're going to hold you accountable. Yeah. We're going to check on your mentals. We're going to make sure that you right in school and in the neighborhood, making sure you're making right choices, or else this is going to be taken away from you. Yeah. And I think we've done a great job in building that foundation in 3 years, and now we look up from one team to 3 teams. Yeah. 3 great teams. That futures are bright. You the head coach for 9U. And I talked about that 9U team on an earlier episode. Like, you guys got something special over there, bro. Yeah. And like how I talk about Mage and them group now, I think years from now we could look up that 9U team is going to be like breaking records. They're going to hold most of the records just because the kids, they will. Like, I see how they practice. I see how they prepare. They led by you. Like, they led by you to fire. If they can adapt to fire and parents can let Coach Joe be Coach Joe. and again, that's because it was the same with me. You know, 10U. A lot of parents used to yell, and Coach Wilkins like, I don't know, what we doing? I'm not going to tap at all. Yeah. I'm not going to tap. You put me in the guillotine, I'm out until they refs wake me up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how it was. OG Ducks. Yeah. The respect happens how? You got to go through real fire situations, and anybody know me, know that. Yeah. Like Coach Wilkins, one of them ones, and that's why they talk about us. That's why we one of the biggest youth organizations in the world, in any sport. You could say basketball, soccer. We're one of the biggest, bro, because of that. Like, we've been through hell already. Yeah. Those boys been through hell to get to this point, to get us this big and what we are now. But a shout out to teams like OG Ducks who gave us the look. That's why I don't mind giving a team a look. I'll tell the coach, hey, this ain't going to be a regular game. My boys really hit. They really do this. They really do that. Like, we really scheme, and I'm not going to call the dogs off until the zeros on the board, as great teams should. It's championship DNA. So, with that being said, bro, I got one more question for you, and this is really directly to you and your child. Hold back, yes or no?
For me, it's a hard question, right? So a lot of people would tell you, like, oh, you should hold your kid back. Oh, you should hold your kid back. I don't ever go on the, I'm not that dad that's like, well, if you can't make it against your kids, your grade, like, you're just not going to, no. Yeah. And then I'm not the kid that's like, well, they hold back to beat on younger kids. No. Yeah. Hold back is about, again, mental maturation. Yeah. Again, like, the hardest thing is accountability. Let's be honest with each other, right? Like, if your kid is going to hold back, he better be dominating where he is now to make sure that when he gets there, his body and everything and his mental catches up to mature. So it makes sure the game and the mental match. So you're dominating across the board. Yep. If you're just holding back to wake up one day and be like, yo, I'm bigger than y'all.
Yeah. I want to be 15, 16 beating on freshmen.
no disrespect, and a part of my language, take your ass to class. Tell your parents to send you to school, go get that education, and do your best in that classroom, because that's going to count before anything, because you're a student athlete first. Go get that education, worry about that education, we'll worry about the athletics later.
Yep.
And my son, honestly, a lot of decisions that are made in our household are made by him.
Yeah.
Right? Like by each kid, by their individual self, right?
Yeah.
I lay it out for them. These are your options. This is what it is. This is what it ain't. This is where you could go. This is where you couldn't go.
Right.
This is what could happen if you do. This is what could happen if you don't.
Yep.
Make the choice. For me, it's more so about the life, right? And I look at guys like the quarterback from Colorado, right? Like Stewart, 17 years old. Get to class, right? His dad pushed him. That's how we look at it. I'm trying to push Major to be the best version that you can today with full potential. When you get there, I don't want them to say, like, his ceiling's here, he's already right. No, I want them to get there and be like, okay, I can still work with this. I can still mold him right. I can still get him everything he needs, and he's going to get to progress with these guys. And, you know, like, we've been with this program from the start. When he goes to high school, he'll be with that program. When he gets to college, wherever he chooses to go, we're not jumping in the portal. We're not doing none of that. We're here to fight it out.
I tell people all the time, bro, I was my first year in college, I won one game. Yeah. And I had all the opportunity, people in my ear, bro, you got to transfer. You got to transfer. We was one and whatever, like, transfer. Oh, I'm not raised that way, bro. I want to come back and show, like, yo, all right.
Yeah.
I gotta go get stronger. Something I was doing, but that's the same mindset that we trying to push out the kids. And it's like, you know how I feel about the holdback. I want to get them there on time or earlier. Yeah. Go to high school on time, do your grades so we can get you to college after junior year.
I'm trying to get the early enrollment. I ain't gonna lie. My son gonna be there for the summer class. We're trying to make the team early. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And that's the idea. Like, so it's 13 U for these boys. I want that to be our final go round. Like, we got a couple 8th graders. I want them to be ready to go to school now. Yeah. Not what can we do as far as training, the intensity of practices, the organization as far as, like, the uniform, waking up at this time, I need y'all here on this time, like, getting them mentally prepared, because I always ask my friends that coach freshmen at this school or the top school, what's the difference from the freshmen, bro? Mentality, they're not ready. Yeah. Mentally, physically, we can get them stronger. We got better. A lot of these high schools got better weight rooms than pro teams, truthfully. So, like, we can get them faster, stronger, bigger, nutritionists, all that. It's the mentals that they miss out on. They think, I can go to Gorman, but his mental's way off. Yeah. He ain't going to last. Yeah. So that's why we, again, the coaching staff that we have teaching the football portion, but also the life and the mentality portion, man. And so with that being said, bro, I want to thank you for sitting down with me, man.
Oh, man, I want to thank you before any of that, man. Like, we wouldn't be here without the program, without you, right? Yeah. So we got to make sure we give you your flowers. I've told you that 1,000 times.
Of course, bro.
Everything we do, and, like, my family is here. We rocked with you from the beginning, and we're going to keep doing that. Thank you for the opportunities with 9U, man. Yeah. Like, these are things where I'm learning and growing, too. And these opportunities, like I always say, and I tell my own sons this, right? Like, even what you're talking about with your leadership, right? I always tell people, like, the greatest thing that one man can give to another, like, human being is opportunity to be great, right? And that's what you always afford, not only to myself, to other coaches, but to these kids by what you've started and what you've done. So I would just like to say thank you, man. Me, my family, my son, man. When I say grateful, genuinely grateful.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, bro. Always love. You already know.
You already know,
love
man.
On a different
it's always
level.
Love, brother.
Hey, thank you for coming on the show.
Always.
Hey, we out. That's another one. Beyond the Darkside. We out, baby.
Yes, sir.